Okay guys, today we're going to do a quick video. We're going to look at what happens when we cut the butt end of the shaft versus cutting the tip end of the shaft, and what happens when we change the weight at the end of that shaft. So let's go. Hey everybody, it's AJ the Mobile Club Maker. Thanks for watching this video. Today we are going to be looking at what happens when we change the shaft length based on tip trimming or butt trimming. We're talking about a graphite shaft here. We're going to see what happens to the flexibility of it as we take length off the tip versus the butt. So let's jump right into it, see what happens, see what changes. Alright, I'm going to get this set up hopefully so you can see it. I've got this shaft right here. This is what I would call a premium shaft. This is an aftermarket shaft, a few years old now. First I'm going to take a raw measurement of the length. We are right at 43 inches. This is a shaft that I just pulled out of a driver, so it hasn't been tipped at all. It is basically just butt cut and installed in the driver. So first we're going to go ahead, we're going to take a measurement of the flexibility, CPM of it. We're going to put this weight on the end of it. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see. And right there, 208 grams. That's how much that weighs. That is meant to basically simulate the weight of a driver head, essentially. We're going to lock this into the frequency machine all the way at the end and tighten it down. Okay. Go ahead now. We're going to take a frequency measurement as it sits right here. $275. Let's take another one just to make sure. 275. I like consistent data. Now let's take a look at what happens if we were to shorten this shaft up just a touch from the butt end. I'm going to take this shaft. You guys enjoying this? We're going to take the shaft. We're going to mark on it a ½ inch down from the tip. Okay, here's a ½ inch down from the tip. You see that? It's right there. What I'm going to do, lock it back in the frequency machine, except this time I'm going to let that ½ inch hang over the end. This is basically going to simulate cutting a ½ inch off the club, because when it's locked in this clamp, the shaft is going to perform the same way as if you had cut the shaft. So we'll lock it down again. We're locked in. All right, let's take another measurement. This would now be at 42.5 inches. A ½ inch short. 280. 280 again. And now, what I'm going to do, so you can see this, I'm going to put some weight. We got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'll be about 10 grams when we're all said and done. This is going to simulate what happens if this shaft was going into, say, a 3-wood. 3-wood's going to be a little heavier. We'll get a little bit different number. Here, so I've basically taken my weight. There it is. That was 207 grams that we measured. It is now 217 grams. So now let's take another frequency measurement, see what we get here. 267. Let's do another one. We like consistent data. 267. Okay. Let's go ahead, do one more. We'll go ahead and slide this back into that ½ inch butt trimming position. There's our ½ inch measurement there. Tighten it back down. Here's what that looks like on the back end there, just a little bit hanging off. All right, hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, let's take another measurement. Here we go. This is now a ½ inch shorter off the butt end with an extra 10 grams on the tip. 273. Let's take another one. 273. All right. Okay, we just took a 1/2 inch off the tip. We put it back in the frequency analyzer, so it's now at 42.5. We've got the weight, 207 grams, back on the tip again. Let's see what kind of frequency we get. 283. 283. Okay, just for a little bit more fun, we're going to cut the extra 1/2 inch off it, so we've taken a full inch off by the end, just to see what happens if our numbers are staying consistent or not. Okay, we've taken the extra 1/2 inch off now, so we've taken a full inch total. Put this on here. What do we get? 42. All right, let's see what happens when we put it back in. Clamps back on. 287. 287. So we'll say that's about 287. Okay, so what did we get there? We started out at our 43-inch length. We took the measurement. We got 275. When we went all the way down and took an inch off it, our cycles went up to 287. So they jumped 12 over that inch. So for every 1/2 inch that you cut off the tip, you can basically assume that you're going to take about 6 cycles and add that onto the stiffness of the shaft. That's about 1/2 a flex, maybe just over that. So that's where you are there. When we changed the weight, we moved the weight up 10 grams on the head, or simulated the weight 10 grams on the head, basically saw a change in frequency drop of about 7 or 8 for those 10 grams. That went across the board. So actually, as we kept getting shorter, it made it a little bit tighter each time. So by the 42-inch measurement, we went from 287 to 281.5. So that's only 5.5. So there you go. In case you were ever wondering what kind of change happens when you start tip trimming versus butt trimming, that's the quick and dirty of what to expect and what to calculate out if you're trying to match things up, things like that. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, or subscribe down below. And until next time, keep it in the short grass. Thanks.